When it comes to updating a car like the Nissan GT-R, it's all about refinement. No need to fix what isn't broken after all. For 2017, the car gets a multitude of tweaks, both inside and out, to build upon an already legendary level of performance. Now, truth be told, whenever I've driven the car in the past, I felt like it handled whatever I threw at it with relative ease, like I wasn't offering the car enough of a challenge. To see how the 2017 Nissan GT-R shapes up, I've come to Spa-Francorchamps, one of the most demanding tracks in the world, to rectify that.
At first glance, it might take a couple seconds to notice the redesigns to the exterior, but a closer look will reveal all the tweaks Nissan has made to increase the airflow efficiency. First off, the intimidating front fascia is a little wider and gains the V-motion grille present in all current Nissan products. It also makes more use of the space up front for better airflow to the brakes. Opening this up was done with care, not to create additional drag, just for the sake of engine cooling. Even the hood has been angled slightly to increase aerodynamic performance. In short, more efficient, slippery, and meaner looking. Frankly speaking, you're going to see the back of the GT-R more than the front, and this retains its distinct round taillights and menacing haunch. The bumper that the 2015 GT-R Nismo sported is now standard, which also gets new side vents and a silver finish diffuser for even smoother airflow. Things stay driver focused in the cabin, but have been cleaned up to look less long in the tooth and more symmetrical. The center stack retains its commanding position, but it's much more streamlined as the number of switches dropped from 27 to just 11. The larger 8-inch touchscreen has been revamped as well, with a more modern, user-friendly interface. Lastly, the paddle shifters to the 6-speed dual-clutch transmission move from the steering column and are now mounted to the wheel. For all the things that have changed, however, much stays the same, with the transmission and suspension switches right where we left them, the big red R staring at us from the steering wheel, and the back seats that are still just for show. Underneath it all, of course, is the GT-R's 3.8-liter twin-turbo V6. Like the swords from Japanese mythology, the engine is hand-assembled by a Takumi engine craftsman and wields incredible power. Now with an output of 565 horsepower and 467 pound-feet of torque, the GT-R has a wider power band and improved mid-range acceleration. The refinement throughout the build is astounding, with changes to the boost pressure, cooling, and ignition firing designed to increase efficiency. In the end, it means that, with each stamp of the throttle, the GT-R warps forward with prodigious time-bending acceleration. Power is controlled through a sequential 6-speed dual-clutch transmission that sees updates for smoother gear transition, particularly for lower speed cruising. It's now less loud and clunky when driving around at a subdued rate. From there, it goes through the GT-R's all-wheel drive system, which maintains a fairly healthy rear bias. When it needs to, though, the torque can be split 50-50. The platform sees a series of minute updates for added rigidity, and rides on a driver-adjustable Damptronic system. Talking to the engineers on hand, they told me that the suspension has been adjusted to feel a bit softer when in comfort settings, but the added structural rigidity allows its sportiness to be unaffected, sort of improving on the GT without ruining the R. In the end, the Nissan GT-R builds upon the legacy that the R35 chassis has developed since its debut a mere decade ago. It remains mind-blowingly powerful, incredibly easy to control, and its added smoothness makes it easier to live with when not devouring high-speed corners. All these improvements can be yours for around $109,000, which is about $8,000 more than the outgoing model. Still, it's well under the asking price of its supercar competitors and can still make short work of them. I came to Spa wondering if I could properly challenge the GT-R, but after my ride, the only question I want answered is, what track do we go to next?